And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them, and thou shalt go aside from any of the words which I command thee. If you go outside, if you go to the left hand, if you go to the right, if you disobey me in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Then you said, Pastor. Now listen to what he's telling them. You have to be perfect before me. Now, are y'all perfect before the Lord? Thank God for grace. Amen. Thank God for grace. But think about it, what the Lord laid on them now. I don't know if you've ever studied it. When he lays out all those commandments, and it's a little broader than the 10, right? We got the big 10, we follow those. But you couldn't wear polyester and cotton. And if you look on that tag you got, it's part something and part something else. You couldn't wear that. You couldn't wear that. You said, well, that's a pretty blouse. I want to wear it. Well, you couldn't wear it unless it was made out of wool or made out of cotton. It had to be one or the other. You couldn't make a mixed garment. You couldn't do nothing on Sunday. What did you do on Sunday? Nothing. Right? And then there was all these things that you had to do. And you say, how in the world could we keep up with? Well, that was life. That was more important than anything else, which was the keeping of the commandment of the Lord. Why? Because that's where the blessing was. Right? So we got to keep it. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. Now, that first commandment was a big one. Thou shalt not, right, have any other gods before me. Right? God's a jealous God. There'll be no other God. Why is he going to destroy all these nations? Because he knows he'll turn them from serving him to serving false gods. And it's not their righteousness, which we talked about, that brings them into the promised land. It's the destruction of the unrighteous is why God is doing that, right? That's why he's wiping them